everybody. Back to our regularly scheduled program with a new setup. You guys are getting me in between doing some yard work and helping my old man with a few things, tractors and country living, that sort of thing. So in the meantime, let's dig into Avengers #1, our second Heroes Reborn title. This one was written by Rob Liefeld, scripted by Jim Valentino, and the first 20 pages of art was provided by Chap Yep. I believe that's how you pronounce Chap's name. I hope I am correct. But you get this awesome, really detailed, very Liefeld-esque artwork from Chap Yep in the first 20 pages. Now this, in contrast to Captain America, you kind of get right into the action on this. With Cap, you're story building. You've got a man out of time. He's trying to figure out who he is. He's trying to figure out how he dreams of World War II when this is modern day, 1990s America. And instead here, you get Wanda Maximoff, you get the swordsman, you get Loki, who's trying to figure out who he can inhabit to find out more about his brother. He's looking for Thor. He's looking for trouble. And in the meantime, he's trying to figure out which of these heroes he can go to and take over their body as a spirit and make them do dastardly evil things. You get this really cool double-page spread by Chap. It's an awesome artwork, man. It's just 90s all the way out. Stephen Platt could have been put in there. Liefeld himself could have been put in there, who actually does the last half of the book as far as the artwork goes. So before you get finished with Chap, you get to see the Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, and Hank Pym, along with Wanda Maximoff again. And then the next page you get an all-out explosive double-page spread here with Cap and Vision, Swordsman, Hawkeye, Farrell, I believe, and you get and Wanda. Let's not forget Wanda Maximoff and Cap right in the center. And they've found who they believe is Thor. And Thor, this time, Thor is encased in ice, not Cap. So they found a hammer and nobody can lift it. Because just like in the 1960s, the hammer says, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." And thus far, they found nobody that can hold that power, wield that power, lift that hammer. So they decide they're going to crack this Thor open and see what's going on with him. And don't forget about Action Man. Man, these ads used to be a trip. And hey, Marvel, let's do something besides house ads for a change, huh? Let's show Action Man. Let's show, Stretch Armstrong. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. But, show some other characters. Show the Spider-Man credit card like you showed when Mark Bagley was still penciling Amazing Spider-Man. Show, do some T-shirts again, guys. Calendars. There's a ton of different ways other than just Marvel house ads. Go out there and partner with some of these people besides the House of Mouse and get out there and bring us some cool, interesting things back. Or else Thor's going to come and beat you up. That's an awesome 2-page spread, guys. The level of detail. Like I said, Liefeld and Jim Lee could have just phoned it in, but they chose not to. Especially Liefeld. I think you can see the power and the respect for these characters in every penciled, inked page that Liefeld did. Now we get to see that Loki has, partnered with his brother and said, these Avengers are bad people. So therefore Thor is trying to break Captain America's shield. And, once he gets through the shield, he's trying to break his head. So you get all of this action in this first issue, which is great. which is great. I like the story building of Captain America, which I was looking for Iron Man issue 1. I was going to do Iron Man today. Can't find it. Ain't that funny? Tony Stark has slunk off to the bottle again, probably. But in the meantime, you've got all-out just battle and action, destruction, Thor trying to tear everybody a new one, and he's going up against Cap, and all of a sudden he realizes, wait a minute, Loki's a trickster. Might be something to this. And so when Cap jumps in front of him to shield him from Loki, then he finds Mjolnir, and he says, I remember. Loki, thou art a foul deceiver. Turn and face mine wrath. And so you get what looks like is going to be Loki versus Thor, and instead Wanda goes and sends a hex and sends Loki into parts unknown. In the meantime, you have, Captain America here, who, like Hulk Hogan used to be, who is 6'7", so Thor's got to be like 7'5". You got that Liefeld artwork that is, the suspension of disbelief equals Rob Liefeld's artwork. It also equals awesome. But in the meantime, it equals the suspension of disbelief. And in the end, they're all going to go, get a pint or, go find a lady or a fella and go have a good night, because they're all smiles, each and every one of them, except for Vision is not really smiling so much, and you can't really tell what the heck's going on with Hawkeye. But trouble is afoot at the end, because you have the Enchantress. So guys, if you didn't read this book back in 1996, you need to read it before 2026. You need to go out and get all 13 issues of this particular series. Sit down, read it, have fun, remember what it was to enjoy your comics back in the 1990s. So thank you guys for checking out this latest video. I will do my best to find that Iron Man #1. If not, I will find and track down Fantastic Four #1, and that'll be my next video talking about the Heroes Reborn 4 comics that Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld and company put out to try to rebuild these characters and get some excitement behind them back in 1996. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Hit me in the comments and let me know what you thought about this video, and we'll see you guys next time.